Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we're going to continue in our method book with line 47, Marianne. Now, Marianne has 4 lines, but if you look for patterns, it'll be a little easier to get through, and so we're going to point those out. So at the beginning of each line, we have our treble clef, and then we have our 4/4 time signature. The top 4 tells us how many beats we have in each measure. The bottom 4 tells us the value of the whole note if we had one. So let's break that down. If a whole note got 4 beats, half of a whole is a half, and half of 4 is 2, so our half notes get 2 beats. Then half of a half is a quarter, and half of 2 is 1, so our quarter notes and quarter rests get 1 beat. Now, we need to do some math because at the end of each line, we have some tied notes, and they go over the bar line, so we're holding them longer. So if I have a half note tied to a half note, we are holding that note for 4 full counts, and we're not re-articulating in the middle. On the lines where I have a half note tied to a quarter note, we're holding those for 3 counts, and again, we're not articulating the second note. So we have that. Let's go through and check out what we have in the first line. We start with a half note E, thumb and 1. We go up to an open G, and then down to a C, thumb, 1, 2, 3, and then back up to a half note E. Repeat that E on a quarter, add a finger for the D, and then take away the front fingers for the F, and hold it for 4 counts, then you rest for 2. Now, before we move on to line 2, check out line 3. Everything is exactly the same as line 1, except measure 1. That's where we have quarter notes on the same notes that we had half notes from line 1. So that's the only difference. We change our halves to quarters. Starting at line 2, we start on a half note D, so thumb, 1, 2. Lift the front fingers for 2 quarter note Fs, and then put down 1, 2, 3, middle finger, that's our new B. We play a half note B, then lift 2 fingers for the D. Repeat the D on a quarter, add a finger for the C, then lift 2 for the E, thumb and 1. Hold that for 3, and then rest. If you look ahead to line 4, it's exactly the same as line 2, except we end on a C instead of on an E. So I'm going to get my metronome going at 100 beats per minute. I hope you can play along with me. Start each note with a t sound, tip of the tongue, tip of the reed. And I will adjust so you can see my fingers a bit better. And here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. And that's it for line 47, Marianne. Remember to keep your fingers very close to the holes that they should be covering and either hover or cover. That way you don't miss your fingering or have your finger not quite covering the hole properly, because when that happens, you won't get the sound you're expecting, or you may not get a sound at all. So I hope this helps. I hope you're able to keep up, but if not, no worries. Stop the video as you need to, slow it down, and then try speeding it up once you're a little more confident. But I hope this helps, and we'll see you next time.